Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Isaac Crypto channel. So today we're going over the past few days of price action. I think it's been 2 days since my last video. And we hit a very key point of interest that I was highlighting. Now that level was specifically coming up here at around $72,600. What we were seeing over that place was the order flow was suggesting to me that it was very balanced and neutral, okay? And what I also stated in that video was the fact that when you trade beneath resistance, now if we go to this chart, the resistance we were at that current point in time was specifically the value area high, which is this section right here, trading at this zone, and we saw the breakout above, and now we're going to go into what we're expecting that's going forward. So what do? We broke out and hit a key point of interest, which is the daily level, and closed beneath it on the 4-hour chart. If you can see over here, if this thing will load, yep, so the wick on the 4-hour chart closing beneath, resulting in a total collapse of 3 or 4%, putting us back down into this range. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the expectations going forward. And what I specifically said in this video, and if you guys have been following me, you would know my trading style. I like to approach things from a very methodical manner, without rushing, without feeling the need to catch the trade and be that guy who's always rushing, right? And the edge that gives me is the fact that I can wait and be patient and get the good levels when they come. So specifically, I was not comfortable taking any positions until we hit this key point of interest, which is up here, okay? Now, that was the level that was highlighted, and we can see that I was talking about that, and I recommend watching that video. Now, we have levels to the downside, which I'll get into, and if things have changed, but I think it's important to know that there's different ways of trading, and there's also ways to not lose money. Because if you were going short here, which a lot of traders I think probably were, because I was seeing the order flow was starting to shift a bit bullish. You're going short here thinking, okay, we've deviated, now it's time to drop down. But the difference is the nuance at this level, which was why I was very cautious and why I didn't touch it. Now, this is only something you acquire over time and seeing things and, you know, being able to read this in context too. So let's just go over everything from the beginning and paint the picture as to what the expectation would be. So right off the bat, I'm just going to point out to where the daily levels are highlighting to me, okay? So we know we've got one down sitting here, which is a new one that formed on the 8th of March. So that's over there, right there. So you can place that here. We've got a weekly. Let's have a look at how our weekly time frames are looking like. Yeah, down low, so not really concerned. So right off the bat, on the daily time frame, we can see we are trapped within this range. Okay, now this range can obviously be zoomed in, like so. So you can see right now, I'm about to sneeze. Yay. Yeah, right now we're trading just right on top of the value area, or right beneath the value high. And I'll get into what the expectation is, along with the bearish engulfing candle we see right there, okay? Which stabbed up into this level. So, right off the bat, let's move into the 4-hour chart, because it's probably a better time frame. So, we can see the price action essentially was impulsive, ranging, and then an impulse up, and now we're back down. Now, the order flow to me right now is suggesting, let's move this over here. It's a bit better. Yeah, so this is suggesting to me that, whoa, we got a lot of shorts that entered this market right here. At this low, we've also got $12 million of shorts at close. So these positions got nullified right here. We then had $4 million of shorts enter. 1 mil, 2 mil. Okay. All right. So if I'm going to be honest with what I'm seeing here, guys, I'm seeing a lot of shorts enter at this low point, which means this low point right here that we're seeing is very potentially going to brush up above this liquidity and take it out, okay? So this liquidity that we're seeing right over here, we could very easily have a situation where we push above it, come into here, or even higher, like so. You could put one of these on. Fibonacci pull, and also the Enkin VWAP. So anything within this region, we might have a situation where price flushes up, takes out that liquidity on the upside, pushes into one of our resistance levels, either going to be here or here, and that'll be a very nice place to look for an entry for a short trade. So that would be what I'm looking at next in terms of compounding a short. You can see that the volume for this is residing in two main sections, the daily level and then right where we are right now. But you got to also realize the context of that. I think we're bouncing off a volume point two, which is, yeah, exactly. It always ties in. What I mean by that is this specific low here. So right now we're trapped between this band on the lower side and also the fact that we've got a bit of liquidity or a bit of bands spanning up from here to there. So there's three of them. Now I can't pinpoint which one's going to flick, but you'll generally be able to see a good, nice reason to enter on the order flow. We should see a lot of longs enter at that top, or we could see a lot of shorts start to close out, which would be a good trigger sign for that. Also, in the coincidence of timing into the anchored VWAP, which would be a nice touch into that, which would be a nice scalp trade. And then you'd be looking to take that from a short position like this, stop above the high, or wherever you enter. Maybe it's up here specifically. I don't know where it's going to be. It could be anywhere, right? And then you'd run that up. Invalidation's the high there. I will let you guys know if I take that trade. The Aussie time zones are a little bit wacky, so I might be asleep, and I don't like to enter these sort of trades when I'm asleep. But it's definitely an opportunity. So I'm going to highlight that to everyone right now. This is an opportunity that you can be looking out for. Now, to the downside, what are we looking at specifically? What I'm seeing, look, it's very not nice. This is a very rough range in my eyes. I'm not liking this at all. But as I said, we're bouncing off the VWAP here. Sorry, the point of control. If I was looking for a trade, wow. So there is confluence here, okay? If you're really game, you could probably try and scalp long this, but I'm not doing that. I'm all about protecting capital and not blowing my money for no reason. So if that's something you're into, then go for it. But I would say for me specifically, for the long trade, for a scalp trade, I'm definitely going to be looking at this region here. So specifically down here, which would be the flush of these lows into the VWAP. This is an okay level. It's definitely an okay level, but this is very nitty gritty scalping. I would be suggesting if you're going to be doing this sort of trading, definitely jump onto the order flow and look at that for trades. So that's what I'm looking at there. And then obviously to the downside, we've got a daily here that's formed. It's also at the low point. So that's also another level that I'm going to highlight. And I'll get into the bigger POIs in a second. What else am I looking at? These lows are very nice too. I very much like them as a very much stronger support. But if we're down here, I would be expecting the full retracement into $54,000. So I hope that's very clear. And then regarding upside targets, I think, let's put this here, let's have a look. Look, right now we've seen two taps of this VWAP with a clear rejection here. I would have to say that I'm looking for a short. Okay, everybody, I would be looking for a short. To be exactly clear, what I'm saying by this is at this level of support we're on right now, right? So this is a zone. Now, by the way, you can highlight all those levels of on the long side, but I'll get into that in a video when we get there. So we have support that we're in right now. Okay, so we can see that currently. Now, if we zoom in over here, we can see that we're also on this point of control. So I would be definitely pointing towards the fact that I would like to see locally us push up a little bit higher into this level, approximately sitting right here. In this level, I'll be looking for a short trade here. So this is a level I'm going to be eyeing out for, and then we'll see what takes place. Anchored VWAP perspective, we've got, yeah, like I said, the liquidity sitting here. So we can see that liquidity is right above this section here. And then you'd expect to tap into that level, something like that, reducing to the downside. Yeah, so that's really what I'm looking at. It's going to be the short trade. Other than that, I'm not looking for anything else right now. But that's currently my current perspective on the market. Getting back to it, I just had my brother disturb my room. Yeah, I would say specifically I'm looking at the price to push up ideally, and then to look to take that short trade on that backdrop. Now, if we find that we literally just rocket up from here with strong order flow, which is going to be over here, then it's definitely not going to be a trade to be taking because we're bouncing off support. One would say we've had a market structure shift. You could say that. And then essentially you've broken these highs like this, and then this is the retest and to push up. You could definitely have that narrative that could be appended to it. But as of now, I'm going to have to sit here and say that I would be expecting the lows to be taken out. I want to see these lows get taken out. I just don't think, I need to know. This is a very, very key pivotal point in the chart. See where we are right now. If we do break above here and find rejection, very, very key to take a short. If that doesn't take place and we rocket through, yeah, well, that confirms that we're probably going to be dropping down to the lower side of the range. And then that's really it. So I think, to me, I'm looking for a short trade. It's going to be something above in this region. The recipe for that would be the order flow, taking out these positions, these short trades that are in here to get them out, and then you go for the rejection to the downside. What's we seeing on the, okay, on the 4-hour momentum waves, we're seeing that start to wane. We're starting to see the daily, which is forming a nice one. You know, this is a good recipe. We're seeing the daily start to form an inflection point. I think it's going to roll over realistically. 1-hour chart. I just hold off on the short trade if I was here. I'd be waiting for, I'd just be waiting for these little highs to be taken out, and then boom, something like that is what I'm looking at. Again, there's a recipe for it. There's a few confluence that we need to see going for it, but I would not just be rushing into it. Now, I hope that's been very clear. Now, guys, to help support this channel, please support the channel. Help me out. Help me grow this channel. So what you can do to help out is, I would just say sign up to the Bybit link below and deposit a little bit of money in that account. Helps the channel grow, helps me make better content, helps me perform better for the algorithm. And one of the perks that comes along with getting a Bybit account is you can then get a Bybit card, which allows you to you know, buy things with the card, Bybit card. So that's really cool. It's really nice. So yeah, I would say that's really what I'm looking at. Other than that, guys, I think it's relatively chill. So just wait for that. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. If it happens, it happens. So that's what I'm looking at. Hope that's very clear. I will update everyone if I take that trade in the next video or so. So yeah, without further ado, yeah, see you guys later and have a great day.